All right, so it is open, and what do you anticipate other than guys rolling in terms of?
You see some elite cars right there. There it is. There's some of the changes right there.
Move.
There's a split between who's coming, who's not. Right now, Kevin Harvick's leading the parade down pit road, and the 2 car is still up front.
All right, let's check in with Steve Burns and Matt Kenseth. Steve?
Well, Chris, I was kind of laughing listening to DW and Jeff Heyman because that was the very conversation Matt Kenseth and Drew Blickensderfer had. Matt wanted to stay out. Drew said, nope, you're going to fall too far behind. Mike?
So tires and Sunoco race fuel for Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson. Kevin Harvick is away. Casey Kane will lead that group off pit road, it looks like.
Looks like we had about half and half of the lead lap cars. Half of them stayed out, like Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers, and then the half kind of at the back. You're going to see them right here. You'll see Clint Boyer in the 33 make the move. Nope, back on the racetrack, and then there comes Harvick leading Kane, Kenseth, Truex, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Denny Hamlin, the 11, stayed out as well.
Looks like half listened to the driver and half listened to the crew chief.
How's your calculator working?
Mine's working good.
6 drivers stayed on track. 7 came in among those on the lead lap. Scott Speed checked at the care center and released after that crash off turn number 4. We have a week off, and then NASCAR on Fox returns. We're going to need a week to catch our breath before we go to Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. In 2 weeks, Martinsville, Virginia, the paperclip shaped half mile. NASCAR's, what a great legacy track. 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on the short track, and then the high speeds and wide open spaces of Texas, Sunday, April 5th. Now, all of these tracks do have some tickets available. Check out the website you see on the screen, because we'd love to see you at the races. And if not, right here with NASCAR on Fox.
So 2 short tracks back to back.
Look at it. Look at it. He can't get rid of it. I just hope Digger's not in there somewhere.
That looks like all the shrubs that used to sit outside the corners of Martinsville. Like they're all right there.
I don't know. Carl Spackler, he might be down in there looking for Digger. I don't know what's going on. Ah, see?
Replace your divots.
I was going to say a very large divot. That looks like one of my divots, actually.
Well, now they'll get it fixed with a hammer and a broom on Jeff Burton's car.
Now, of the cars that came to pit road and made pit stops, the car that won the battle off pit road was Casey Kane in that 9 car. And remember, he fought to get his lap back for the longest. Now there he is in the 7th position.
Harold, we're about to see just how good Brian Vickers is, because he is now right there on the back bumper of Kurt Busch for this restart. And let's see what he's got.
I think he's pretty good. I don't know how good. Pretty good.
NASCAR on Fox is proud this year to support Susan G. Komen for the Cure, which raises funds for breast cancer research and treatment. You can be part of the cure. Please visit Komen, KOMEN.org.
You know, the teams that did not make a pit stop, like Kurt Busch and Brian Vickers, Clint Boyer, Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, right now these cautions are their friends, because fuel consumption, a good rule of thumb at a 1.5 mile racetrack, 2 cautions equal 1 green flag lap. So I think with the pace slowing down, the number of cautions that we're running under this period here, more than likely they're going to be okay fuel-wise.
But will the big question be Kurt Busch? Because traditionally, the Dodges have not gotten as good gas mileage as the Fords, Toyotas, or Chevys.
Well, it looks like based on the prior pit stops today, he's been one of the last ones to come in. Now, the cautions have fallen just right, but he's been one of the last ones to hit pit road. Maybe this new engine gets better gas mileage.
Might do it.
You see a lot of the track is in shade now in the corners from our DirecTV aerial coverage. Now get over 130 of your favorite channels.
You know, Brian Vickers in a Toyota running in 2nd. You know, last year they were not getting that good fuel mileage, but I think that's something they have definitely went to work on. I know I made the comment at Las Vegas, based on last year they don't get that good of fuel mileage, but they're getting better this year than they did in 2008.
Yeah, they've learned. I'm sure they've learned a lot of them. All these teams do. It's all in the carburetor. You can jet it and mess with the throttle linkage, and then the driver does his part, and you can stretch it pretty good.
So 51 laps to go. Does Brian Vickers have anything for Kurt Busch? Does Clint Bowyer, coming off that great run last week? Can Jeff Gordon get back to the front? Or Carl Edwards, who came in here as the favorite?
Well, I will say this. The 2-car last time took him a few laps to get going. See if it how it works out this time. He's just gone. He's got a heavy dose of gone right now.
Boy, they are so wadded up. They are not hesitant running 3 and 4 wide on these restarts.
Take advantage of those new tires while they're new.
Now, what's interesting with the free pass being given out under these cautions, we no longer have a car 1 lap down. We have several cars 2 laps down. Jamie McMurray in the 26 leading that group right now.
Busch and Vickers and Bowyer have cleared the lap traffic. And here comes Jeff Gordon.
If you remember on that last green flag run, Jeff Gordon's car was probably one of the best cars on the short run. Kurt Busch, the 2-car, was the best car on the long run.
Gordon now third. He has passed Clint Bowyer. Carl Edwards now racing Bowyer for 4th.
Well, if he got it, now's the time to use it. Because if that 2-car does like he's done all day, he's going to get out there and you're not going to be able to chase him down. I think that must have been Carl Spotter time to go get that 24.
Ooh, Jimmy Johnson, the 48, a little slice and dice in traffic. Remember, he had to come from the back after a pit road penalty. But now the first 6 cars did not pit on this caution, so their tires not quite as fresh.
But what they have, Larry, 2 or 3 laps. So
had two and a half green flag laps. The car really on the move, though, that was one of the cars that pitted. He's not made it to the top 6 yet.
Oh, Junior gets in the back of Almirola and almost turned him around.
And he ended up losing the position because he had to get out of the throttle, but he had to get out to avoid a big old wreck.
I think Junior got a problem. Well, it's the same one he's had all day. Car's just not doing what he wants it to do.
Nope, he's faded back to 14th. Last car on the lead lap. Let's see how close this was between Junior and the 8.
Gets that big runoff too over there and just not quite clear. Too many 8s right there together at one time.
You know, Darryl, you talked about this driver earlier, and he was one of the cars that was a lap down. He finally got the free pass not that long ago. He has 4 fresh tires. Matt Kenseth in his 17 car, he's knocking on the door of the top 5. He's moved up to the 6th position. He just got by Casey Kane and Denny Hamlin at 1 whack.
I just think that what makes this unpredictable late in a day like this is that weather change. And cars that weren't very good, man, they just seem to come alive late in this race when the sun goes down and it starts to cool off.
Kenseth is one who is making the best out of what started out to be not a great day. Another is Kevin Harvick, who's back on the lead lap, and now he's up in a 9th position. But Kurt Busch is maintaining 1 point. Here's a look at Harvick battling Kyle Busch, not for position. Kyle Busch 3 laps down. We're saying Kurt Busch is maintaining just exactly 1 second on Brian Vickers, 1st to 2nd, and they've driven away from Jeff Gordon and the rest of the field.
And you know, when I look at those top 3, Mike, with 44 laps to go, the incentive for all of those guys to win. Kurt Busch only 1 win in 2008, and as we said, it was a strategy call. Brian Vickers only has that 1 win at Talladega. That was a controversial win. Jeff Gordon hadn't won since October of 2007.
Carl Edwards looking ahead at Jeff Gordon. Edwards 4th, Gordon 3rd. Laps winding down, 43 to go. Kurt Busch leading Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards as this one winds toward a conclusion.